So, how's it going? Are you just waiting on company? What do you think? Hi. Oh, it's so pretty. Come here. What are you waiting on? Hmm? Oh, you're so cute, aren't you? Here, let's put this down. Get the way. Oh, there. There. No, we can. There. Oh, that's better. Now, what do you think? This would be a great and convenient time for you to bring forth your offspring, your final litter. So this would be a great time. Maybe you're just waiting for some company. You'd like to be entertained. What do you think? There's a smudge on this camera. Maybe inside. Oh, that's better. Oh, come back. Oh, do you want a snack? Snacks are good. You want to re-smudge the camera? All your flea scabs are coming off. That's good. Oh. It's pepper time. Pretty. Oh, so so fierce. It's totally normal for mama cats to resist the nest and avoid the nest as they get closer to giving birth. And then they usually go in right at the last minute. Or sometimes they go in and out a few times just to mess with us. Oh, she's so fierce. She's got tons of flea scabs, because they had fleas so bad when they came in. They're all dead now. I'm not even finding any flea carcasses anywhere. But they still have, they're so itchy and have, as you can probably see, flaky skin and lots of scabs from all the bites. So it will take a while for that to go away, but it's already much better than it was, and at least there are no new bites. So that's good. Look at your big belly, it's so big. Okay, how many of your peppers over here where I can eat you? I could give her a potty cure. So cute. So we are expecting active labor or pre-labor to begin at any moment. It's very possible that she's been in pre-labor, since yesterday is when she started to be a bit more restless, last night-ish, which is usually a sign of pre-labor. But she hasn't really done any of the other stuff, like digging around in the nest or meowing or a lot of that stuff. But and it's very difficult to tell if she's having contractions or just stretching because she's such a beautiful panther. The cameras make it pretty hard to see unless you're in the room if she's actually having pre-labor contractions or if she's just moving around and feeling restless. So I would suspect she's having some light pre-labor contractions at this point, and we're probably getting pretty close. But she does have moments where she still is able to rest fairly comfortably, so it's hard to tell. Every mama cat has been different. Oh, you're so pretty. Look how beautiful she is. And sweet. Her daughter Rory is ready for a home. She'll be spayed on Tuesday, and so this week she'll be ready for a home, and I think it would be great for her to be able to find a family of her own sooner rather than later, so she doesn't have to hang out in here. And I don't know if Lorelai is going to appreciate having company. They haven't really been hanging out together, so initially we were wondering if they would need to be adopted together, but they both seem pretty happy independently of each other, which is great. So if you've been looking for a delightful and gorgeous panther who's very playful and very affectionate, Rory is currently napping in the nest, but so scabby. kittens.com/adopt is where you submit your application. We would love for her to get to go to a wonderful home. Hey, so pretty. Oh, so sweet. We should get this show on the road, don't you think? Are you feeling like it, like you wanna get this? This is the last time you ever have to do this. Let's get it over with. I think that's a good idea. Just get it over with. Oh, look at that belly. Look at that belly. Oh, she's so beautiful. Oh. Look at her flaky bum. That will resolve itself. Oh, just feel this for a minute. You're so cute. It's so hard for me to keep you on the camera. Last night she was climbing off the ledge onto my shoulder, back and forth. She's a shoulder cat. You know where's a comfy place to have kittens? Right here. Right here, no time like the present. Oh, so beautiful. What a beautiful kitten. Trying to flick some of your dandruff off so that you look sleek and shiny for your big day. So I'm sure most of you are aware of this, but the kittens are at risk for a blood type mismatch because Lorelai has type B blood, which is fairly rare. And if she mated with a male that is type A or type AB, then those kittens will be A or AB, and they will not be able to nurse on her for the first 24 hours, or it would be fatal. So I will be attempting to blood type each kitten as they come out using the umbilical blood from the placenta, and if they're type B, then there's no problem. They can nurse right away, and if they're type A or AB, then they'll have to be separated for the first 24 hours, and we will bottle feed them. So we do have a plan, but it is a fatal issue if we don't catch it. So it's going to be the first time that I've attempted this. So thank goodness she's not a feral, because that would be really challenging and stressful for everybody. But I think it's going to be okay. I don't think she'll hopefully be too stressed by it. Although it's certainly not ideal. It's life or death for the kittens. So we don't really have a choice. No, the good news is that we have tested Rory, who's also type B, and supposedly her daughter from another litter, and we've also tested the suspected baby daddy, or one of the suspected baby daddies. We don't know 100% if it's just him or if there are more, but and he's type B also, so I'm a little less concerned about it than I would have been if she was a stray that came in off the street, or a feral. Then I would be really concerned, because most of the cats here, probably 90+% of the cats here are type A, so it's almost certain she would have mated with the type A or type AB male, and so the kittens would have been affected. I'm less worried about it at this point, but still going to test as the kittens come out, which means I will have to grab them and do their hopefully I will be able to get them before she eats the placenta. I don't know, it could get a little bit challenging, but we're gonna do the best we can, right? And you'll get them right back as long as it's safe. So, but it may look alarming to new viewers, like I'm, grabbing the kittens, and she may be anxious about it for the first couple times, but there's a reason for it, and hopefully it will not be an issue, but if it is, then we've got a plan, and we should be okay as long as we catch it. Yes, if baby daddy is also type B, and type B is so rare, does that mean they're probably related? Yes. So that's sort of the next challenge, is that we do suspect that these guys have all been inbreeding, and so there may be some congenital issues, but everything looked okay so far on the ultrasound and on x-ray, so that's something that we can't do anything about, so we'll just have to wait and see and monitor everyone closely, and could be totally fine, and could be not totally fine, but we've got experience with the whole range of situations, so and we have a good vet team, so we'll just do everything we can do, and hopefully it will all go well. Right? Isn't that cute? The blood tests take about 5 minutes. So it could get, if she's having kittens quickly, like one after the other, it could get a little bit crazy, but I think it's going to, I think it's going to work out okay. Right, so it is okay for them to nurse after 24 hours. So the way that it works, and this issue is not a risk with type A moms, it's only if they're type B. And the reason is that the type B mom will pass along antibodies in her colostrum that kill red blood cells in kittens that are type A or AB. So after 24 hours, the kitten's gut has essentially developed so that it can actually digest the antibodies instead of absorbing them, and so then it is no longer a risk after that point. So they can nurse just fine, and there are no long-term effects or anything like that. We just have to get them through the first 24 hours until they can nurse, but they would be separated until it would be safe for them to go back and nurse. He's okay. Romy not pushing. She seems pretty comfortable. Her coat is much shinier than it was when she first arrived. So far I haven't felt any obvious contractions yet, but the kittens are definitely quite active. Oh, the x-rays show, we think definitely 5 kittens. So we're expecting 5. There could be more or less, but we're pretty sure that there's 5. Hi, oh, aren't you beautiful? Yeah, so I do have like 3 big boxes of everything that could possibly be needed, so all ready to go. So two feeding bottles and formula and incubator, well, sort of incubator, but all the blood tests and the everything that we should need, and then all the usual stuff. I can feel kittens closer to the birth canal for sure than they were on the x-rays. Are you heading to the nest? She's got quite a little waddle there. That's good snack time. the microphone on inside the nest, so it will be louder when the kittens are actually coming, but I don't wanna switch things around, cause every time I change something, live stream crashes, so. So Lorelai and her daughter were rescued from a hoarding situation. Very unhealthy, unsanitary situation. And obviously they had been inbreeding with each other, so it's good that they now get to be spayed and go to loving homes. And thankfully Rory is not pregnant, so she's going for her spay on Tuesday, so we probably just got her in the nick of time. She's napping in the nest at the moment. Yes, we have giant Legos that we use to make enclosures and things, all sorts of things. It's pretty awesome. Yes, Rory could donate blood if Lorelai were to need it, but hopefully she won't. But it is definitely good to have to know of a type B cat or two. Come here. Did you have a good snack? What, some smushy snacks? Let's check this part out. Clean. Come here. Oh, so cute. So cute. The blood typing luckily is just requires like the tiniest drop of blood. So if any of you have done glucose curves for your diabetic cats, we can just do a little poke with a needle in their ear, and for the adult cats, and get a tiny drop of blood that way and test them. Or for the kittens, I'm gonna try to get the umbilical cord blood. Oh my goodness, are you extraordinarily gassy? Oh my. That was very stinky but silent. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the umbilical, it's just a little strip that we put in the blood sample and then put in some solution and wait for it to process. So hopefully we'll have answers very quickly, and hopefully they will all be type B, and then we can not have to worry about anything. space empty. Oh my, excuse you. That's a burp. So I'm just trying to very gently and carefully feel how close we are. If there's any lined up right at the gate. It'd be nice if she could have a little contraction or something while I'm in here. There's one here. Here's her pelvis. Right here. So that's where they're headed. And get them lined up. Big ball of kittens in there. Lots of kittens. Oh. And he got kicked up by the underneath kitten. That guy's active. He's way up by her rib cage though. Oh, super active. this one, the one that was just kicking me, is not close to the birth canal. So active labor will start when the first kitten enters the birth canal. Pre-labor can last up to a couple of days, and that is when she'll be having light contractions to get all the kittens in position to come out, so they'll be moving closer to the birth canal. And then once the first kitten actually reaches the birth canal, that's when active labor starts, and we'll all see her start to have harder contractions closer together. And then we'll have kittens soon after, hopefully. She's definitely not looking like a rolling boil on this side at this moment. Like the kittens, usually when they get pretty close to active labor, we'll see just like, it will look like a rolling boil on their side, like the kittens will be so active. It could be the way she's laying, but, and they're definitely active on the other side at the moment. There's one here who's floating around, but not making super obvious. Like, it's hard to see. I can feel it, but it's harder to see. So she definitely could be in pre-labor now. She's just not showing like super obvious signs of it, except for being more restless starting last night. So it's really hard to see contractions on a black cat on the camera, unless they're close to the camera, like we would be able to see probably at this angle, and I'll definitely be able to see sitting here. They're more active on the bottom side. When she's thinking about going for a snack or rolling over or reporting to the nest. Where are you going? Back up to the ledge? Are you bored? Where'd you go? A snack? getting kicked. I'm getting kicked. These kittens are rambunctious. Most of our pregnant cats have not had any changes in their appetite or eaten more right up to the minute of starting active labor. So I know that some people say that they stop eating before active labor, but that has not been our experience. I don't think we've had any cat who's done that. She's probably eaten the least out of our pregnant cats, but she still has